Meanwhile, philosophy classes, Mateo and the acquaintances were playing a ping pong of questions games about the book they had been reading the past classes. They were trying to realize how much they knew about the story and also getting closer to the plot of it.
Nowadays, is there any artificial intelligence like in the story? If the answer is yes, tell me which one.
Today, there is no artificial intelligence that completely replaces the human being as the marionette of the story. You could say that one is being developed. What there is today are artificial intelligence that do certain or particular tasks such as ChatGPT, Phrase.io, Grammarly.io, and others. What would you have done in Brailling's place?
Personally, I think the right thing to do instead would have been to talk to my wife about how I feel and try to come to an agreement on what's best for both of us. I understand that the easiest thing was to be replaced by the robot, but I don't think Browning thought about the consequences that could have on his marriage. Also, it is important to consider the consequences of our actions and make choices that align with our principles. Will you pay the amount of money Brolin paid for having your own marionette? Why?
Yes, obviously I will pay to have the same marionette as Brawling. This is because with a marionette that does the things that I order, it will make my life and my family's life much easier. I will ask it to clean the house, do my chores, or even walk the dog. It will be a great investment.
What leads Smith to consider buying a robotic marionette of himself?
Smith considers buying a robotic marionette of himself because he's unhappy in his marriage and feels trapped in his life. He wants to use the marionette as a way to escape and go to a trip to Rio de Janeiro with his friend Brawling. Smith believed that if he can send the marionette home with his wife, he will be free to live his life as he wants, and he will escape from the responsibilities and constraints of his marriage.
What do you think Smith's wife felt about Smith to lie to him like that?
Smith's wife probably felt things such as fear, a desire to protect him, or a lack of trust. I don't think those feelings justify the fact that she lied to her husband, and that could have been resolved by talking.
Do you think it could be possible today for a puppet or robot company to exist like in the story?
In today's world, there are already companies that specialize in the creation and sale of robotic devices, including advances animatronics and human-like robots. I know that the specific concept of Marionette Inc. might be fictional, but the idea of companies developing robots or puppets is not far-fetched.
Who do you think would do something like that to you in your life, like Browning did with his wife?
I really don't feel that anyone close to me could do me something like that, because I always try to discuss things with my trusted people. However, if someone in the future lied to me like that, I will feel very bad.
Is there any aspect of society in the story that has changed in the real world? Which?
Yes, in relation to the role of women, we could say that from the story to real life it has changed drastically. Today, women have a presence in their decisions and are not underestimated as in the story.
How does the story end for Bradley?
The marionette assumes the identity of Browning and lives with his wife, while Browning stays behind, locked in the marionette's box. The story suggests that Browning has lost his identity and his freedom and is now doomed to live as a marionette, while his marionette is now free and has a new life as Browning.
What do you think is the problem between them?
The problem between them is that they don't have a healthy relationship, since he always felt pressured by many responsibilities and without freedom. They should have discussed things to reach an agreement and everything would have been better.
Well, I think we are ready for the exam.
Yes, I think so.